No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
But what a lot of people don't understand is that those Masonry Christians made a treaty with pagans who worship other gods. That's why you can't get holidays out the church now. You can't. And when you make a treaty with the devil, think about that for a moment. You got a lot of religions out here, false religions out here. And what they would do, they would gather around a strange altar, the altar of Freemasonry, and they would worship a god named the Great Architect of the Universe. That's what you see when you see the GAOTU. That's what that stands for. The Great Architect of the Universe. I know some of y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But when you study, I'm not talking about Yahweh. I'm not talking about the Most High. I'm talking about the God that they serve. Google GAOTU. Google the Great Architect of the Universe. You'll see what I'm talking about. And when you think about, once again, in the church, when you have a Masonry pastor, Freemason pastor, then you have Masonry deacons. Then you have a Masonry trustee. Once again, I'm not talking about everybody in church. And the trustee is the one who really handles the money. But you never see really where, once again, money is going in a lot of churches. Once again, I'm not talking about everybody in churches like this. I have to make that point. But money is a huge issue in a lot of Baptist churches, for sure. Southern Baptist, Plain Baptist. I'm not going to get off into all the Baptists. And if you ever study on Prince Hall, yeah, Masonic Lodge member, do you know what that is? Do you know what that's all about? I'll let y'all answer that. So what I'm saying is deeper than what most Christians want to believe. Because when you get to talking about Freemasonry tied in with the church buildings, a lot of people be like, what you talking about, man? Where did you get that from? I'm talking about what's real. That's why the NWO, the New World Order, is using the churches to destroy Christianity. Think about it. And then every time you look around, the Bible is being thrown to the side. But more and more sin is being legalized. Because with mess and confusion, somebody always raise up the loud and go hockey. The NWO is using the church to spread lies. So these Masonry preachers are all behind this. So when you tie in and go to the head of it, you see Satan. You see the Antichrist. You see the ones who work for Satan. Christ had his disciples, the apostles, prophets. In the Old Testament, Satan got his team. And let me tell you something. His house is in order. He ain't slipping like the churches are slipping right now. So the Bible speaks of apostasy. Let me ask you something. You ever wonder why so many preachers won't never come from the book of Jude or Judd, however you want to pronounce it? You don't hear too many preachers come from that book. Why do you think they dodged that book? Because it talks about the end of the church age. When you see these money-hungry preachers, most of them you see, a lot of them are Freemasons. You ever wonder why they don't care about the needs of the church? Let me tell you something. When you start putting a higher value on your lifestyle than your spiritual walk and teaching the truth, your worship ain't that important, but you place a high value on your lifestyle than your walk for Christ, something wrong with you. Why would you want to follow behind somebody like that? I'm just trying to give you something else to think about and look out for, y'all. I don't expect too many people to believe half of what I'm saying. Just something to think about. You know what? I said something the other day in my video about Southern Baptists. I don't think too many people caught it. I told y'all in the other video about why people don't really know why they call themselves Baptists. And then I made a statement about Southern Baptists and how they have Masons in their church. Some in the pulpit. Even when you go back dated to 1992, the annual conventions, they stated that it was about 1.3 million Masons who was members of the Southern Baptist churches. And then it was estimated about 1.4% of the Southern Baptist pastors were Masonry pastors. Go Google it. Who do you think wanted and have gotten control over America's big time money system? Do you really think for 1 minute that President Obama run this world? If you do, I feel sorry for you. The president don't run this world. The ones with the money run this world. And you know what? I'm making this statement about America's money system, and then you think about the Federal Reserve System. This was accomplished by founding the Federal Reserve System. So once again, when you see these type of preachers out here about money, 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 you see what I'm talking about. I'm going to go even a little further. And I want somebody to really answer this. I got to do like you people, John. Hit that little laugh. And look out. Tell me this, somebody. Why do you think, or what do you think, better words, let me say, the NAACP is really all about? Just ask the question. And let me ask you another question. Is Freemasonry Jewish? I can't wait to see these answers. I see people riding around all the time who call themselves Masons, and you know why? It's on their hat, it's on their shirt, they have the clothes, it's on their license plate on their car, they have the ring on their finger, they talk about it all the time. So you see out in the open. But my question again is on that is, are those real ones? Or do the real Masons don't show out with all that? So I'm talking to the ones who know something about Masonry, Freemasons. Now, let me say something else on your mind. Put something else on your mind. I'm finna mess with a lot of churches when I say this. Why do you think 501c3 was really put in place? When me and Sister Kathy, we talked about this a while back. Shout out to you, sister. Once in so many ways, when you get hooked up with 501c3, you are controlled by the state. You're not ran by the Most High. So therefore, you're not going to preach too much of the truth, because you done gave yourself over to the state government, I like to say. Now, to answer your question again, sisters and brothers, that's why a lot of preachers won't stand on what's right, because they are controlled by the state, by the government. They 501c3, they can't talk about much. They might have a Freemasonry pastor, they're not going to stand on what's real.